If the world's total wealth were a giant pizza, one person would have half the pizza, four people would share another third, and the remaining 7.9 billion people, they'd be fighting over the crumbs. This isn't just a metaphor, it's our reality. Welcome back to the Learning Studio, where we break down economics so you can understand the forces shaping our future. Today's topic, part of our modern economic challenges, will explain what income inequality and wealth distribution really mean, why the gap is growing, how it affects economies, politics, and everyday life, and the policies economists debate to address it. The full economics playlist is linked in the description below. What is income inequality? Income inequality is the uneven distribution of earnings among individuals or households. Wealth distribution goes further. It's about who owns assets like property, investments, and savings. Two people might earn the same salary, but if one inherits a house and the other has debt, their wealth is very different. Why is the gap growing? 1. Globalization. High-skilled workers and capital owners benefit more from global trade than low-skilled labor. 2. Technology. Automation replaces certain jobs while boosting incomes for tech-driven roles. 3. Education gaps. Access to quality education is unequal, limiting upward mobility. 4. Tax systems. In some countries, tax policies favor the wealthy. Example, in 2023, the richest 1% own nearly half of global wealth, while the bottom 50% shared just 2%. Why economists worry social unrest. Wide gaps in wealth can fuel protests, strikes, and political instability. Economic slowdown. When too much wealth is concentrated, mass consumer demand falls. Political influence. Wealth can buy political power, shaping laws in favor of the rich. Case study. The Gilets jaunes, Yellow Vests protests in France began as a reaction to fuel taxes, but reflected deeper frustration over inequality. Possible solutions. 1. Progressive taxation. Higher taxes on higher incomes. 2. Wealth taxes, levies on assets, not just earnings. 3. Universal basic income, UBI, guaranteed income to all citizens. 4. Education and skills investment, closing the opportunity gap. 5. Stronger labor rights, ensuring fair wages and benefits. Famous quote, "Inequality is not just an economic issue, it's a political issue, a social issue, and ultimately a moral issue." Joseph Stiglitz. Why this matters. Income inequality isn't just about the rich versus the poor. It's about how opportunities, resources, and power are distributed in society, and how that shapes the stability of our economies. Understanding it helps us see why economic growth alone isn't enough. How the pie is shared matters just as much as how big it is. Coming up next episode, poverty, economic causes and policy measures. Subscribe, hit the bell, and watch the complete playlist via the link below. This is the Learning Studio, where we connect today's economic challenges to tomorrow's solutions.